Okay, welcome everybody to the fall semester workshop midterm briefings. This is the part of the semester where we have now all come up with our program designs, which is an effort to take the statutes that we've been working with and figuring out what will we actually do in 2021. The rest of the semester will be devoted to figuring out who's going to do the work, how it'll get done, when it'll get done, how much it'll cost, and how we'll know if it's happening. So at this point, we're ready to hear from our groups on their program design, and we'll be beginning with Professor Cass's group on water power research and development. So let's take it away.
Good morning and good evening. I am Carol, and today I will be presenting on behalf of the Potential Power team for the midterm briefing. I would like to thank my team, Liz Wilson and Anna Nikolova, for all the effort and collaborations. And I would like to thank our manager, Rachel Gugel, and Drew Poling, our faculty advisor, Lloyd Cass, for all the support. Today, the goal of this presentation is to inform you with the exciting program objectives, our program designs, and why we should care for water power. We will start by reviewing the current issues and background information. Then we will look at the main program objectives. And finally, we will review the program designs. So water power, including hydropower and marine energy, as an essential part of the clean energy transition. However, unlike wind, solar, and battery storage, which have experienced rapid growth in recent years, water power is lagging behind. This varied collection of water technology has the potential to provide clean energy, energy storage, and flexibility in a decarbonized energy system. New York State is aggressively including hydropower and pump storage in its green energy future. But there will need to be an investment for financial capital, human capital, and intellectual capital if we are to harness the full potential of water power. This piece of legislation will address these problems. So HR 6084 aims to reauthorize the funding for the Water Power Technology Office. It is designed to expand programs for hydropower, pump storage, and marine energy capacities within the United States through research, development, and demonstration. This program also has broader implications on topics such as reducing fossil fuel dependence. In addition, it had bipartisan support and was well supported in states with existing marine energy research programs. Here, we distill current issues into 4 areas: hydropower reliability, marine technology commercialization, workforce development, and inclusion and equity. First of all, the aging infrastructure and long permitting time inhibit the hydropower reliability. Currently, applications for permits to retrofit can take up to 10 years to be approved, as they are reviewed by multiple departments. Separately, marine technology is still at its very initial stage and requires government research fundings before private sectors can even get involved. In order to keep the path with the technical development, we also need more programs and skilled workers to meet the market demand. Finally, the lack of diversity in the workforce and minority representatives in the decision-making process have long been an issue in the industry. Therefore, we design objectives and solutions to these issues respectively. The first objective we will look at is increased hydropower reliability and resilience. The program we have designed will reduce the amount of time it takes to process permits for upgrading dams and existing hydropower infrastructure. This photo shows the Boise River Diversion Power Plant. It originally came online in 1912. By 1982, it was in need of serious repair and was taken offline. Additionally, the historic design meant that it could not operate in low river flow conditions without manual interventions. This was too inefficient for modern generation standards. Research into upgrades began in 1990, but a permit was not granted until 2000. The upgrade was a huge success, allowing the plant to run efficiently in all river conditions and doubling the power output. Therefore, the shorter permitting time will allow more hydropower plants to achieve similar results. Our program will confine the application review to a single department, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC. Streamlining the permitting process by confining it to one department will reduce the burden on the applicants, eliminate redundancy within the review process, and accelerating the permitting process. This will result in more dams and hydropower infrastructure being retrofitted, leading to increased efficiency and resiliency. Moreover, dams and infrastructures will withstand the changing weather pattern better. Moreover, retrofitting and upgrading can involve converting a non-power dam into a hydropower generating facility or upgrading technology at existing hydropower plants to improve efficiency, reliability, safety, and local ecological impacts. Separately, for the marine energy, there are currently 3 university-administered National Marine Renewable Energy Centers. They are located in Hawaii, Pacific, and Southeast. These centers are working to help accelerate the commercial implementation of marine technology. Adding centers to the network will leverage strategic locations along America's coastlines with energy potential, while developing the country's marine power workforce and research capacities. It is also crucial to renew the fundings for the existing centers. So the second objective is to strengthen the National Marine Renewable Energy Centers and promote marine technology commercialization. These centers are America's leading ocean energy research facilities and demonstration sites. As you can see on this graph, most marine energy are in the research and applied development stage. The value of that is often used to describe the gap between academic-based innovations and their commercial application in the marketplace. Without government funding, they will fall into the technical valley of death. Therefore, the centers aim to move marine energy further past the valley of death towards operational deployment. The third objective is workforce development for students and potential professionals. Funding internships and fellowship programs at federal departments and labs working on marine energy, such as Department of Energy, the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, and National Marine Renewable Energy Center, is an essential step towards creating a workforce pipeline for this emerging energy sector. While many internship programs currently exist, not all are paid, which promotes inequality in the workforce because only interns with financial independence can afford to take these opportunities. So therefore, the paid internship program will help both train college students and improve diversity in the water power sector. It is also important to fund vocational training opportunities, such as apprenticeship at dam sites. If the process to approve the dam retrofitting is sped up, then there will be a sharp increase in the demand for workers who are skilled in dam management and repairs. Currently, the Army Corps of Engineers administers a power plant trainee apprenticeship program. However, the number of graduates are not enough to fill spots at both federal dams and private dams. More educational programs will promote the growth of qualified workers, so the increased demand from the water power industry can be met. The final objective we will cover is to promote inclusion and equity within research and development for hydropower and marine energy. Research projects in these areas can apply for fundings from the Water Power Technology Office. The project applications are reviewed on a number of criteria, including project objectives, end user management, management approach, and future work. The review is performed by a panel review consisting of technical experts within the industry. Our program adds an equity and environmental justice component to the project funding application to ensure that the applicants are considering environmental justice implication of their project and making an effort to include minority representation within their research groups. It will also provide future motivation for research teams to work with minority serving institutions and tribal entities. We will also add a minority representative from these organizations to the peer review panel. This person will be responsible for evaluating equity and justice components of the project. By including minorities in the funding decisions, we can help promote diversity within the industry and promote research projects that help water power move away from its history of injustice. Overall, the program will scale up the water power sector by removing key technology barriers in the hydropower and marine energy industry. It will also ensure that they are led by well-trained employees and that they provide equal opportunities to a diverse United States populations. Create a next generation workforce that is more diverse and inclusive. By funding this program, the government is securing the clean energy future of the United States. And as a side note, the Clean Economy, Job and Innovation Act, which including this one, HR 6084, passed the House last week. We are looking forward to the future practical application. With that, next week, Sophie and her team will lead the organizational contracting and staffing plan. Thank you very much, and we are open for questions.
Okay, do we have any questions? Stephanie, is anybody?
You guys can raise your hand or type in the chat. Looks like Charlie has a question. Go ahead, Charlie.
Hi, Carol. Great presentation. I just had a quick question, a follow-up question on your decision to route the application review process through FERC. Would this be able to supersede the authority of other agencies that might be involved in the land use permitting for this? And how would you deal with edge cases where you don't have interstate electricity flow and that might be beyond FERC's jurisdiction?
So you're asking about the, sorry, I just want to repeat if I understand it correctly. It's about the hydropower retrofitting permitting?
Yeah, that's right. Is this something that's been in FERC's purview historically, or is this a new sort of power that you're giving to FERC through this bill?
Yeah, so FERC is currently responsible for granting license for building new hydropower facilities and relicensing these facilities when the original license expires. And it also performs the similar duties for other forms of energy production, including the fossil fuels. So it's completely feasible for FERC to take the sole ownership of this process.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, well, if not,
We have one question from Jenny.
Okay, Jenny.
Hello, Carol. Great job. I appreciate the team's focus on equity and environmental justice yet again this semester. I wanted to, I guess, ask if you could elaborate more on the engagement process with impacted stakeholders for any of the hydropower projects, like you mentioned, tribal, entities, and what is the plan, I guess, to engage in more detail?
Yes, so definitely there are two objectives within the inclusion and equity. So the first objective is that we will require the environmental justice component in your application when you apply funding to the water power technology office, so that we're knowing that you are considering these impacts that you might have on the nearby communities. And the second objective we have is we actually have the representative from the minority, tribals, or organizations. It doesn't have to be the same person all the time because circumstances may be different given different projects. And he or she will sit on the review panel to consider if our office will give funding to these applications. So there are two main solutions that we have for these questions.
Okay, we can take one more question if there is one.
Griffin has her hand raised.
Okay, Griffin.
Hi, Carol. That was wonderful. I'm just curious if you know about the energy potential of the Great Lakes.
That I don't know. I think I will definitely get back to you if I have the answer.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Carol, and thanks to the group. We're going to go